What are the advantages of a low-carb diet? I'm going to go over now some of the benefits of eating a low-carb diet and what you can expect from restricting your carbs. Now, I want to say right off the get-go here that avoiding all carbs isn't the healthiest way to go. By that I mean there are really healthy carbs that you should eat on a lower carb diet. So you want to include a lot of vegetables and from fruit from time to time. Fruit and vegetables should be the go-to carbs for you. And you also can get some carbs and some nuts and seeds. So when we talk about low carb diet, we aren't talking about just completely avoiding all carbs so that your carb intake is zero. So what are some of the advantages of a low carb diet? Well, it can have a significant effect on your blood sugar and insulin levels. Eating carbohydrates has the biggest impact on our blood sugar and insulin levels, as our diet has a direct result in lowering our sugar levels and insulin needs. High sugar levels play a part in almost all chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, dementia, cancer, and cardiovascular disease. By lowering carbohydrates, your blood sugars are controlled and insulin levels are minimized. This is incredibly beneficial for those with diabetes type 1 or 2 and those with insulin resistance. The other advantage of a low-carb diet is for hunger. Low-carb diets increase your fullness due to the balanced blood sugar levels they promote. Unlike diets high in carbohydrates, blood sugar and insulin spikes throughout the day are kept to a minimum. In a comprehensive study analyzing food cravings and appetites, participants on a low-carb diet were directly compared to participants on a typical low-fat diet. The results showed that the low-carb group suffered much lower cravings and were a lot less bothered by hunger. Due to the fullness-promoting effects of dietary fat, anyone who has adopted a low-carb diet will know this for themselves. A diet high in healthy fats definitely keeps cravings away. More advantages of a low-carb diet: they can have a beneficial impact on a whole host of heart disease risk factors. Specifically, they reduce triglycerides, which is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, and increase the concentrations of HDL, known as the good cholesterol. Also, they lead to reduced blood sugar, insulin, and inflammation in the body. All of these things can be damaging to the heart. As well, another big advantage is weight loss, since heavier weights and obesity increase your cardiovascular risk. And there's actually a study I can put down below in the description box where you guys can click on and you can see all of the documented positive effects of a low-carb, high-fat diet, such as lower triglycerides, increased HDL levels, lowered glucose and insulin levels, increased weight loss, and reduced systemic inflammation. Other advantages of eating a low-carb diet is for weight loss. So there was a study by the Harvard School of Public Health who analyzed more than 53 different studies featuring more than 68,000 participants. The results were not surprising. Out of all the weight loss dietary interventions, the individuals using low-carb interventions lost greater weight than participants on low-fat interventions. So one of the best ways then, if you guys are wanting to lose weight, and one of the fastest and quickest ways, is eating a lower carb diet. In order to follow a low carb diet, you have to eat plenty of healthy animal foods as well as nutrient-dense plant foods. So for fats, you're going to think of things like avocado, which is full of nutrients, olives, coconut, and nuts and seeds. You want to avoid carbs such that come in the form of starches like pasta, bread, flour, that sort of thing, and many grains, especially gluten. There's different types of low-carb diet plans. Some allow 25 grams per day. Some of them allow more grams per day. But I think the point of eating the low-carb diet is you want to focus on healthy carbs. So healthy carbs would be from fruits and vegetables. And then you will get your proteins and fats from healthy animal foods and healthy plant fats. One of the ways our body controls blood sugar levels is, first, the food is converted into glucose, or blood sugar. As blood sugar levels rise, the pancreas makes your insulin. Then your blood carries the glucose and insulin to every cell in the body. Then insulin acts like a key to open up the cells, and then the cells absorb glucose from the blood. I've also heard that keeping your carb intake around 50 grams and between perhaps an upper of 75 to 100 grams, you will still burn a little bit of fat. So that's pretty awesome. The other thing that you will want to do while following a healthy low-carb diet is make sure you get enough sleep. Try to exercise at least once or twice a week. Be active, move and walk around as much as you can, and get yourself involved in social interactions with your family or your friends. Try to build new and positive relationships. Those are all important too for becoming healthy. And finally, eating a low-carb diet really should be about a lifestyle. This is a new lifestyle for you. You want to eat low-carb because these are real whole foods that a lot of people throughout the world and a lot of healthy people in different countries rely on. They rely on real whole foods, and that is really the big reason why they're a lot healthier and why they live longer, is because they're eating wholesome, nutritious foods and not eating a lot of bad foods. And by bad, I mean all these processed, sugar-laden, chemical-loaded foods. So, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you learned something from it. I hope that you try eating a lower carb diet, and really, I think within days to weeks, you will notice huge effects. You will notice that your weight starts to go down, and overall, I think you're generally going to feel a lot better psychologically. The other thing that I would say with eating a lower carb diet is the fact that you're also going to be avoiding many fermentable carbohydrates. So you're going to feel like you're a lot less bloated. Many people have IBS, even SIBO, or these digestive problems will notice that a lot of their symptoms tend to go away too, because if you have an overgrowth of bacteria in your small intestine, your body, your bacteria can't eat when they don't have all those carbohydrates to feed on. So that's going to lessen gas production, which is a positive thing and will lead to less inflammation and less overall symptoms like abdominal pain, bloating, and belching. So with that, guys, thanks for watching this video. Take care. Don't forget to like and also subscribe. Thank you.